Hello, today I want to talk about empty structs and empty enums. There's something which I hadn't really given much thought to, and I didn't really see the use of them, but having checked with the ChatGPT and also watched this video, I now see the use for them. So what we've got here is the BDK video, Build a Bitcoin Wallet Backend by Core Node in Rust. So you've got public enum SegWit version 0, and you've just got empty curly braces there. But below you can see you've got impl. So there's lots of implement functions there with the implementation. And as we read, let's go to the structs first. So empty structs, as the name implies, are structs without any fields. They are they are used similarly to empty enums, but they provide a bit more flexibility. You might use empty structs when you need a type, but you don't need to store any data with it. So there's a struct, and one common use case for empty structs is in trait implementations, which is what we just saw here. We've got the implementations on an empty struct. Is that a struct? Yes, no, it was an enum, but the same applies. You might want to implement a trait for a type, but not need to store any additional data. So really, you're creating an object, it's got a name, and you can create instances of it, and you don't really need to add anything in addition. So you've got a trait, we'll forget about the trait for the time being. So you've got type, which is called myType. So also you notice there's no curly parentheses there, they're not required. MyType, empty type, and then you've got the implementation which goes with that struct. And then here you're creating an instance of that type, and then you're using the function that came with the implementation. And there's also a trait there, loggable. So loggable provides a trait called log. So log can run on my instance or empty instance. So that's going beyond what I really was getting at here. But trait implementations, empty enums and structs are useful when implementing traits where the type is important, but no additional data needs to be stored. Marker types. They can be used as marker types to convey information at the type level without carrying any payload. Code organization. They can be used for better code organization and expressing intent. For example, an empty enum might be used to represent different states or conditions without needing to introduce unnecessary variants. While empty enums and structs might not be used as frequently as other constructs in Rust, they can be handy in certain situations. So that's so we looked at the struct. There's the enum as well. So you've got the enum, and then you've got so the empty enum, and you've got an enum with some options. So empty enum, and there you're just setting the variable. You're actually just instantiating it without a value. You just set it. So it's used as a marker. Yeah. Empty structs, as the name implies, are structs without any fields. We've covered the structs. So yeah, empty enums, empty. Let me just show you this as well while we're here. So this is an example that I was just playing with earlier. So I've got a trait called speak. So basically a cat or a human speak, but depending upon what the instance is, we'll decide which one of the implementations actually happens. So if it's the H instance, it will do the speak, and it knows it's human, so it comes up here. Then it knows it needs to speak, so it calls the speak function, which then comes back here, it says hi. So if we run that, you just see, we should just see hi and meow because it's picking out the correct function for the type because it's using the trait. The trait is basically saying use what type of function you need to given the type of the instance. So thanks for watching. I don't know if that's confused you or helped, but hopefully it's made you aware of it at least. Probably the best thing to do is come on ChatGPT, ask for some examples, and then paste them in, run them, adjust them, and so on. So, but there are real world examples. So this is not just theory. This is the Rust BDK, the Bitcoin development kit, and as you can see, deep in one of the actual files is this enum. It's an empty enum called segwit v0, and it's got numerous functions which are implemented for it. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, empty structs, empty enums. Thanks. Let's catch you next video. Thumbs up and all that.